and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video, so I'm not sure how this is going to be. This is very new for me, but I'm trying. My name is Liva, also known as Scandi Stitches. I wanted to show what I want to knit this summer, so my summer knitting plans, and I have a lot of them. I live in Norway, so I can get away with knitting with like thick mohair and wool, even though it's the summer here. But I also have some plans with like some silk, cotton, linen blends. So I just want to show you guys what I want to knit this summer. I made a little cheat note here with the patterns and everything. That, I swear, sometimes I'm blind. Okay. Summer knitting plans. Let's go. So the first thing that I want to knit this summer is Camisole number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It's a top-down construction. It's very like basic, chic, just everything I want in a cami. And it has a negative ease of like 12 to 15 centimeters. And I've never knitted like a garment for myself with negative ease, so I have no idea how that works, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I just have to like follow the pattern to the dot, and also probably make a swatch to be sure that I'm like hitting the sizing that I want. So the garment is knitted on 3mm needles and 2.5, I think. I knitted it last year, but I knitted it for a store, or like a yarn store, so they could like display it in the store. And this year I want to knit it in this pure silk from Knitting for Olive. It's 100% silk and it's 250 meters per 50 grams. So I bought this at my local yarn store. I have never tried pure silk, never tried knitting anything in silk, so, or like silk mohair, but that's like a completely different, like, yeah, that's just completely different. So I've never knitted anything in like pure silk like this. So I'm really excited to try the pure silk and see how it's knitted up, and also how it is to knit with. Should I go for wooden needles, metal needles, bamboo needles? In the pattern, they do suggest to do metal needles, because to get like a tighter gauge, I think. I usually prefer, I am a mixed girly. I do both wooden and metal needles. I don't prefer like either one. But with this yarn, I think I want to go with metal needles, even though it will be a pain to knit with 3mm needles and 2.5mm needles with this like thin yarn. And the only thing that concerns me about knitting the Camisole number 9 with the pure silk is that this yarn is kind of textured, and I want the garment to be really like smooth. So I probably didn't choose the best yarn, because I could have gone for like a merino or a cotton merino blend to make it like super smooth, but something in me, I just want to try the pure silk and like have a garment in pure silk, because I feel like the merino will be too hot on some days. Even though I live in Norway, I can get away with wearing merino most of the time, but I just really want a garment in silk, so that's why I chose this. And this color is Blåmeise. But yeah, I think this will be really cute for like skirts and pants, linen pants specifically. Love linen pants. White linen pants is my uniform this summer, and also blue and white and green are my colors this summer. The next thing that I want to knit this summer is a top by Le Poule, or I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a French designer, I believe. The top is called Party Top, and it's a backless, very like open top, and she's knitted it up in like a merino and silk mohair 2 strands hold together situation. I want to try to knit it in this linen and linen blend, I will call it, from Sandnes. It's called Line. I have this white color just laying in my stash, so I want to use this. I actually bought this for a whole other project that just went down the drain. So I'm trying to stash English. I'm trying to stash bust and use up what I have. So I want to try to use this to make it like a drapey top, very flowy, very airy. Have like over bikinis probably, because it is an open back, so the whole bra situation can be a little tricky, but like bikinis or something like that will go fine underneath, I think. And I think it will be a very like summery for those really hot days, going to the beach. A very like fun top, not something that I will wear in the winter, obviously. The gauge in the pattern is 19 stitches per 10 centimeters, and these are, I'm doing some tricksing and mixing with the yarn and gauge and everything, so I need to make a swatch. And the pattern also calls for 3.75 millimeter needles, which is something that I don't have in my stash. So I either have to buy 3.75 millimeter needles, or most definitely I will just try to make a swatch and then just go from there, either on 3.5 millimeter needles or 4 millimeter needles. And with the linen yarn, I think I will go for wooden needles, because I think with metal needles it will feel very hard, since it's not that like bouncy. I have no idea how to explain, but I bounce between wooden and metal needles, like not usually within a garment or within a project, but like, okay, if I'm knitting with thick mohair, 100% metal needles. If I'm knitting with like Norwegian wool, I would prefer wooden needles. So I just bounce between, but I think I want to go for wooden needles with this project. I'm a bit unsure of the fit of the top, because it's so backless. It has zero back. It's just I-cord strings on the back. So I've never knitted anything like it. I've never tried the linen yarn that I'm knitting it with either. So it's a very risky project, I would say, because I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but hopefully it will be super cute over a cute summer skirt, bikini underneath, going to the beach, you know, that vibe. The next project is probably going to surprise many of the people watching this, because here in Norway we can get away with knitting with wool, as I said. So the next project is a wool and silk mohair blend. It's a wool from Hillesvåg called Ask, which is a Norwegian small mill. It's such a gorgeous color, and I chose to hold it together with the Isager silk mohair in a very pretty green color as well. I think I can get away with knitting with this on a loose gauge, and also I'm planning on making a V-neck, so like anything warm up here, just V-neck over your summer dresses when it gets pretty chilly here in the evening. So when you're out and going from the beach at night, you just want to have like something to throw over, something similar to the one I'm wearing right now. This has pretty loose sleeves. I want to make this V-neck not as loose sleeves, and this yarn is also very kindly gifted to me from the girls in Dreamknit. Dreamknit is a design tool online, so you can just click in what yarn you have and like the gauge, or just choose from their database, and then you can basically get your pattern by email in just a few clicks. You just choose whatever you want. I'm choosing to have a v-neck with like oversized fit with set-in shoulders, with like square shoulders. What's it called in English? Set-in shoulders, I think. Set-in shoulders, v-neck, oversized fit, and regular sleeves. So you just click in the little design tool and then you get your pattern by emails a few seconds later. So it's a very easy process, and I've already used it before and I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Even though it's a wool silk combo, I think I will get away with it since I live in Norway, and I'm thinking the yarn, the Usk yarn, is 100 grams is 315 meters, and the needles that are recommended on the banderole is 3 to 3.5 millimeter needles. So with the silk mohair, I hope I can get away with using like maybe a 5 or 5.5 millimeter needle to make the gauge really loose and like the whole fit of the garment like airy. I hope. So if it is a really tight gauge, it will be much warmer and it won't be appropriate for summer. So I'm just hoping to like mix it into a summer garment somehow. The next thing that I want to knit this summer is actually a bag. I've never knitted a bag, but I definitely hopped on the crochet trend last year and crocheted a bunch of bags. Like, I was making so many bags last year, it's insane. But this year I want to try to knit a bag. I have this yarn that I bought on my local yarn store. They had a sale, so of course I bought some. I've never tried this one, but all t-shirt yarns are basically the same, but it's just a plain white t-shirt yarn. And I'm planning to knit the Helix bag by Rose Knitwear. It's a very, very cool bag, and I think it will be perfect for summer, of course. And I hope I have enough yarn. I have no idea. I haven't actually checked how much yarn I need, but I hope one skein of this t-shirt yarn, it's how many meters? It's 450 meters, so I feel like we should be good. The Helix bag is knitted bottom up, so it's a pretty plain construction, I think. The only downside about this bag is that it's knitted on 15 millimeter needles, and 15 millimeter needles is a workout to knit with. A workout. I will say you, it's a workout. So I don't know how I feel about that. That's the only thing that's keeping me from casting it on like right now. It's the 15 millimeter needles. And I've just casted off a long cardigan that was knitted on 15 millimeter needles. And like my shoulders and everything were kind of like not the greatest, happiest about me knitting on 15 millimeter needles. So I'm a bit unsure with the 15 millimeter needles and if I'm even like able to push through knitting a bag with it. And also the t-shirt yarn, how do you knit with that? Is that also a workout to knit with? I don't know. I have many like questions and like concerns about knitting this bag, but I really want the bag, so I think I'll just have to pull through and knit the bag. Just try, feel it. Does it hurt? Does it not hurt? Is it any good? Like, worst case scenario, I cast it on, I knit a couple of rounds and just like, no, nope, dump the project, use the yarn for something else. That's the worst case scenario, so I will try to cast it on and hopefully I will finish and have a bag. The last thing that I want to make this summer is something with this yarn, because this yarn is unbelievable gorgeous. It's pink, green, and off-white, cream. Lovely. It looks like small lollipops when I'm holding it right now in the viewfinder. I'm freaking obsessed. This is hand-dyed fat mohair by the yarn store called Strikkefeber. The woman that runs it is so good with colors. So yeah, these colors are absolutely insanely gorgeous. So I haven't decided what I want to make with this. I made a cardigan last year with this yarn. It was a lollipop cardigan by Clean Cuckoos, and it's knitted on 12mm needles, but with double strands or 2 strands held together. So I don't think I want to do double strands with this yarn. I think I want to make either a cardigan, V-neck, or just plain like raglan O-neck situation, something sweater. I haven't decided. I have no idea. But I think the only thing I know about this yarn is that I want to knit it on either 9mm or 10mm needles with single strands, so a looser gauge. I'm all about looser gauge this year. I don't know, I have a lot of garments on very tight gauge, so the whole garment is not airy at all, it's not flowy. I just want to like be able to breathe in the garment since it is summer. So I have no idea what I want to make with this, but something, a V-neck, a simple sweater, a cardigan. I haven't really decided. I just know I want to make something with it, and I want to make it single strand so that the yarn really speaks for itself. Like, look at the lollipop. I'm obsessed. I'm simply obsessed. That was all of my summer knitting plans. I would love to hear what your plans are down below in the comments. And also, if you have any suggestions on what I should make with the hand-dyed mohair, please leave them down below. I would be happy to hear, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon again in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and bye!